Hemorrhoids suck, and the ingredients in this tiny pill right here might be the single most important discovery about hemorrhoids that you'll ever hear about. In fact, simply taking one pill in the morning and two at night can completely alleviate all the symptoms of hemorrhoids. The pain, the itching, the burning, the bleeding, the swelling, the embarrassment, the anxiety, all of it. Meanwhile, giving you your life back. My name's Ian, and after having hemorrhoids for 15 years, I never thought I'd see a day without pain. I tried everything, the messy creams, the uncomfortable suppositories, all these products that were available to me, and still nothing worked. But then one day, after years of research, when I thought all hope was lost, and I thought I was going to just sit in this pain for the rest of my life, I finally discovered something that changed my life. And it just might be able to change yours too. Now, I know this may sound too good to be true, and if I was sitting in your chair right now listening to this, I wouldn't probably believe me either. But the reality is that the pain got so bad that I would have tried anything to get rid of it. So my hope for you is that whether you trust me or not, whether you believe me or not, that you'll try this for yourself, and that's why we have a year-long money-back guarantee, where if you try this and it doesn't work, we will gladly give you all your money back. But really, this isn't about the money for me. This is about me knowing how much pain you're in. I want you to know that there's an alternative to this constant pain, this horrible experience that you have dealt with on a daily basis. 15 years, I spent 1/3 of my life dealing with these horrible issues, and they're finally gone just from taking a couple of pills. I agree, it does sound too good to be true, but it's not. Let me explain to you how and why it works. You see, a hemorrhoid is nothing more than an inflamed blood vessel. If you reduce the inflammation, hemorrhoids go away. But the inflammation causes the veins to weaken, causing them to linger and returning, causing a chronic problem. Now, the 100% natural ingredients in this tiny pill not only reduce inflammation, alleviating your symptoms fast, but strengthening your veins, making it much tougher for the inflammation to take hold again. Until now, most people have relied on external topical creams, get some relief, you know, the one in the yellow tube there. However, hemorrhoids start internally, so it only makes sense that you treat them internally. Now, I'm going to tell you more about what's in these amazing pills in a second. But first, I want to say who this is for, which is anyone with hemorrhoids. Whether they're internal, external, mild or severe, whether you've had them for years or decades like I did, or just a few days, this pill can help you. Imagine being able to sit without pain, or go to the bathroom without anxiety. Imagine not being in the constant state of discomfort. For the last few years, that's the life I've enjoyed. But it wasn't always like this. I'd struggled with internal and external hemorrhoids for as long as I could remember. I tried messy cream after messy cream, but they just left me feeling greasy and completely disgusting. And I still had hemorrhoids. I tried suppositories, but they were uncomfortable and didn't work either. I was so desperate to go back to the days without the pain that I even considered having surgery. I started to think maybe hemorrhoids are just something I'm going to have to deal with the rest of my life. Maybe I should just try to deal with the pain and stop searching for a magic cure. So if you feel that all hope is lost, you've tried everything on the market, and you don't believe in anything will ever make your hemorrhoids disappear, I know exactly how you feel because I've been there too. In fact, a few years ago, I finally reached my breaking point. I had taken a job working long hours outside in the heat. Working outside all day in the Florida sun, combined with what was going on my backside, pushed me to the brink. I had no choice. I had to find a solution because my hemorrhoids were starting to impact other areas of my life. I was so focused on the pain and all that I was completely frustrated, irritable, and it started impacting my marriage, my job. The thought of going to the bathroom was like thinking about a medieval torture rack. I was so afraid to eat anything, I even started to lose weight. I was so sick of using the same disgusting creams day after day, keeping me in constant cycle of discomfort. Then finally, one day it hit me. Why have we never seen a pill that shrinks hemorrhoids? I began to question what was constantly being pushed on me by the typical drug companies. Their products all used harsh chemicals and only dealt with the symptoms, not the cause of the hemorrhoids. Truthfully, I didn't even know really what hemorrhoids were or how to shrink them. What I discovered is that hemorrhoids are caused by the inflammation of veins. So the key to getting rid of them is to reduce the inflammation and strengthen the walls of the blood vessels. I began to discover natural ingredients that reduce inflammation and come from the earth instead of a lab. Ingredients that have been used for thousands of years to ease all sorts of ailments. And that's when I found it, right there on a Harvard Medical School's website. They mentioned a study from 2004 in Austria where an extract called diosmin, which is simply an extract from a citrus fruit peel, was found to shrink hemorrhoids and reduce pain. If Harvard published it, I knew it was good. But why didn't any of the available hemorrhoid products on the market contain this ingredient? Well, I started researching, but I quickly ran into another problem. No matter how hard I searched, I could only find raw diosmin in India. After a few weeks of research, calling every natural medicine shop and every natural doctor I could find, I finally was able to get my hands on some diosmin. Now, I had it overnighted to my house along with some other ingredients that had similar healing qualities. The day that the ingredients arrived, I immediately began combining them in the kitchen. My wife thought I was crazy, and maybe I was, but I was just so desperate that I was willing to do anything at that point. So as soon as I completed the first batch of pills, I poured a big glass of water and I took 2. For 2 days, I didn't really notice a difference. However, on day 3, something changed. I began to notice that my level of pain was slightly lower than it had been in months. I even noticed that my hemorrhoids had gotten a bit smaller. So I just continued taking the pills, and this continued. Every day I was a bit more comfortable than the previous. My hemorrhoids continued to shrink. After 10 days, my hemorrhoids were completely gone. And I gotta tell you, I don't think winning the lottery could have felt as good as I felt in that moment, knowing I had been given like a second chance at life. I no longer was irritable and frustrated, which allowed me to finally connect with my wife again. I could concentrate on my work and once again provide for my family. I was able to get back to my normal exercise schedule and started getting back into shape, which is super important to me. Because I felt so much better, I was finally able to start spending time with my friends and family again, and actually being present and in the moment rather than constantly thinking about my hemorrhoids. I no longer dreaded using the toilet, and overall my life is just way better without this constant issue that just was always stuck in the back of my mind. Now, I knew these pills worked for me, but I needed to see if they worked for other people as well. So I quickly found a few others that were also suffering with hemorrhoids, and one by one, the results started pouring in.
Literally took the product, Hem Healer, and the next day, I felt relief. I was like, wait, oh my goodness. It's like I got a new body. It was so crazy. And the next day it was better. And the next day it was better. And then like by the third day, it was like I never had a problem before.
So I called Hem Healer up and I spoke to Ian, and he was very gracious and very helpful. And he sent me out the starter pack immediately. I took it, and within, I would say 5 to 7 days, I wasn't healed, but I felt relief. Pain is completely gone. I do have some breakouts once in a while. I'm not saying I don't, but I continue to take it, and I'm fine. I thank God I have been fine since.
So I tried the Hem Healer, and immediately the itching stopped. I was like, oh wow, okay. It was immediate, right? So I took 2 in the morning and then 1 at night. And that 1 I took at night, it was the first night that I've slept a full night without having to get up in about 3 to 4 years and not have to use any preparation H or use any kind of hemorrhoid wipes or anything like that. The swelling went down. So for me, Hem Healer totally changed my entire lifestyle, totally changed my mood. I'm happier because I finally have a remedy.
I started taking Hem Healer. All the pain went away on the first day. Not all the pain, but most of it. On the second day, a lot of the swelling went down. And about the third day, the bleeding stopped. And then it just got better every day from there on in.
I found Hem Healer and I was a little skeptical at first, but I went ahead and decided to buy it. And, just a couple of days after taking it, I felt relief better than anything that I bought in the pharmacy, anything the doctors could prescribe. And throughout the month of taking it, I had no problems with hemorrhoids. So I then started taking the Hem Defend. And since then, I've been pretty pain-free, and the discomfort's not come back.
The pain's gone now. The pain's died down, the swelling, no bleeding, basically all the symptoms I've been suffering from. So it took a little while to get into there, and then it seemed like I could really, every day I could feel it a little bit better, getting a little kind of lessening.
Blew my mind. I mean, it completely fixed all my issues. I didn't have any more discomfort. I was able to sit with no problems. I was able to use the restroom without any issues. After just 4 days, I was completely healed. I didn't have any more issues at all. No bleeding, no discomfort, no using a donut to sit, no problems going to the restroom. So it was just 4 days before it was completely taken care of. It helped me out so much.
And the great thing about Hemhealer is it's immediate. I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for anybody else. It's somebody who's been dealing with hemorrhoids for 10 years, and I'm not ashamed of it. To be honest with you, I walk around with a bottle on me every day in my pocket, just in case I feel an itch.
So I'm on the Hemhealer. I'm using the digestive aid, and I have no problems.
For me, Hemhealer, man, it's a relief.
If you're on the fence about Hemhealer, it's not going to hurt you to go to try, and it's probably going to help you. It's definitely worth the money, and I've got extra bottles in case it ever happens again, and so I'm ready to go.
Anybody that's thinking about using Hemhealer, try it, get your life back. It'll be the best thing you ever did for yourself. Since I've been taking Hemhealer, I just feel better.
It's the most amazing thing that I've ever taken because it actually works. So, I mean, I took it with the intent that it would help, and it didn't help. It cured it. It's gone. You know, it's so funny. Here I am doing a testimonial, and I'm saying I don't want anybody to see it. Well, I can do a testimonial because I'm not a guy with hemorrhoids. I'm a guy who used to have hemorrhoids.
Now, if you're still watching this, you're probably just like me. You've tried everything to get rid of hemorrhoids once and for all, but nothing has worked. If you don't ever want to use the messy creams or greasy suppositories again, and you want your hemorrhoids gone once and for all, then you're in the right place. I can send you the same formula that I used to eliminate my hemorrhoids using a pill instead of a messy cream or greasy, uncomfortable suppository, or even worse, having surgery. Introducing Hemhealer. Hemhealer is made of 100% natural ingredients such as geosmin, horse chestnut seed extract, and hesperidin. Ingredients that come from the ground and have been used for centuries, not chemicals made in a lab. Here's how it works. Just take 1 capsule in the morning, 2 at night, and drink plenty of water throughout the day. And within just a few days, most people see their hemorrhoids begin to shrink and notice pain and bleeding beginning to diminish. Now, after just 2 weeks of taking this formula, my hemorrhoids were gone, and I had a really severe case. So the bottom line is this. If you want to get rid of your hemorrhoids once and for all, Hemhealer is what you want. Now, supplies are extremely limited, so click the link on this page wherever it is and get a bottle right away. Oh, and one more thing. I want to talk to the people out there who have tried every product in the market, but still nothing has worked. I know exactly how you feel. And I did all that stuff too. I was so desperate that I would have traded anything to make them go away. And I want you to know that I've got your back. Now, most people will know that this product is right for them within the first few days of taking it, but I don't want you to feel rushed. So try Hemhealer out, and if you don't get any relief, just let me know and I'll refund every single penny. So you can't go wrong here. This really is your best shot to finally get rid of your hemorrhoids fast, and I guarantee it'll work just like I say, or I will give you your money back. Click the link below, get yours today. The only thing you've got to lose is your hemorrhoids.